Jakey, and Nando. How you like that, Jake?
I like it.
Happy Halloween from the garage, and I don't know, Jake. This'll work. We can do this.
We could definitely do this. I had to cut up the. It was the kids was the only way I could get the mask, and this is the only way I could get part of the outfit on. You can see I got the athletic underneath.
Whatever you say, Jake. It just so happens that you're bursting out of your shirt.
That's what it is. I'm hulking out of my shirt.
Oh, I can only find the kids one. Oh no.
Hey, this was only $15, unlike the $300 Darkwing Duck one.
Yeah, yours and mine is better, and it was $6.99.
No, it's not.
Anyway,
McQuack.
Anyway, Jake, we got a lot of big stuff happening. We got to talk about. None more serious than Gardner Minshew.
What about him?
How hard did you downgrade everybody in your rankings? Well, I mean, they're not playing this week, but
Right.
How hard will you be downgrading everybody in your rankings without Gardner Minshew there to throw the ball to Laviska Shenault and DJ Chark and whoever the tight end is going to be? What's your reaction?
They have to turn to Mike Glennon? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think that's an if, Jake. He's got multiple fractures in his throwing thumb.
But they said he's playing through it since week 5. That they didn't even know. So, I mean, look, the truth is there's been talk about him being benched, and then do they turn to Mike Glennon? That made zero sense. But maybe this is their excuse now. Obviously, you would downgrade everybody. Like somebody just asked in the rankings column today about picking up Shenault because somebody dropped him because he was on a bye. I said he might even not be worth picking up now because he's the third. He's still the third wide receiver. I like how you're getting closer.
Yeah, I'm listening. This is good stuff. Tell me more.
I'm bumping into the mic. he's the third wide receiver, and now you have Mike Glennon. We've just seen Mike Glennon. DJ Chark it's going to be very similar to the Cowboys. Like Amari Cooper, DJ Chark's the only one that you can trust, and it might actually hurt James Robinson a little bit because people will start stacking the box a little bit more.
And people have been down on DJ Chark anyway.
Sure, but I mean, he can't. I don't think this is going to make him much worse.
No, I mean, he was hurt. I don't think it was really him it wasn't being bad, right?
Right.
Does that squeak, Jake?
No, but it's hot as hell. I can tell you that much. Big
question here, Jake. Thoughts on Mims versus CeeDee Lamb? This is the Denzel Mims fan club stream, so get hype.
That's fine for Mims if there's no Crowder and no Perriman, but there's not a lot of excitement for Mims, specifically if Crowder's out there. Crowder's still the number one. It's like Terry McLaurin with Washington. There's big play potential there, but Perriman's healthy. He's going to still play in front of him. I don't like the situation for CeeDee Lamb, but he's at least the number 2, whereas Mims is the number 3.
I don't know why. Am I the crazy one here? Like the only one who likes Mims this much?
Apparently. Yeah, I don't know how. I like him a lot. If no
Shout
Crowder.
Out Mike Callahan.
Hey, I like him a lot if there's no Crowder or Perriman this week. I love him this week, Mims, if there's neither one of them. But
I like him even with Crowder and Perriman there. I'm not.
All right, well then you're the crazy one.
Well, look, I mean, all right, Crowder and Perriman are all perennially hurt, and
I have to keep leaning my head to see.
And Crowder, well, you're not missing much. It's just a plastic skeleton. It's actually an inflatable skeleton. A lot of work went into this. JK.
I don't even know if there's good comments. This little, it's sketch. This part right here. It's like.
Here's a question specifically for Jake about your rankings. Why do you have Swift ranked 20th, Jake? In 0.5 PPR, which is the default rankings for Jake Ciely.
Thanks for context on that.
Oh, he does. Standard, by the way, actually. There we go.
There's still no context. What do you mean, why is he ranked 20th?
Well, I think he wants to know just why is he ranked 20th and not like 12th, or why he's saying is he too high or is he too low, but why is he 20th, Jake?
Because that's where he ranks. Too high, too low, there's like somebody whatever.
You know it, Philip.
Nando's been on a diet.
Jake, let me ask you this. Having DeAndre Swift as number 20, is that higher or lower than the consensus, than the industry?
I don't know, and I don't give a damn.
All right, well, how about this? Would you consider is 20 high or low for Swift in your mind? Like, would you?
It's not.
Is your next move moving him up or moving him down?
No, it's proper.
All right.
Look,
I mean, you're still starting him in every single league. He's in the top 20.
Who cares if he's 12? I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm like, well, I'm Launchpad. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand what's the problem with Swift at 20. I don't even know if the person's saying he's high or if he's too low. He's an RB2. I don't understand. What's the problem?
I don't think there's a problem. I think he just wanted to know.
I don't understand. Help me understand. Help me help you.
All right, Timothy, if you're still out there, shoot us a little more context. You think he's too high? I think he's too low? Here's a question from Brandon Bright. Why didn't Nut Goody make your candy rankings?
because I don't know what the hell a nut goody is.
Here's Brett Thurston leaping to your defense.
Thank you, Brett.
Come on, man. It's a legitimate question. Like, I would think maybe a lot of people are super hyped about DeAndre Swift this week, and he could be, 15. And I could see you saying, no, he's 20 because Adrian Peterson is still getting actually more snaps than DeAndre Swift.
No, they're still getting complete shared snaps between the two of them. So, okay, if he's saying he's too low, no, he's not because he's still sharing snaps. If he's saying he's too high, no, he's not because he can do a lot with his snaps, and he's playing the Colts.
Jake, here's an opportunity for you to talk about your 15, 25, 35 rule that led off your rankings last week, the weather rule for Jakey. Tonight's weather, Atlanta, Carolina, you're not concerned because it doesn't fall under the rule.
I mean, what's the weather in Carolina tonight? That's what I was about to pull up.
Do you need me to do it?
Yeah, I'm trying. It's real. Let's see. I can add.
It might be easier if someone just tells us in the chat.
Like, what's the concern about the weather? I'm looking. 30% precipitation. Who cares? No. Don't care.
All right. Timothy's back. He thought Swift would be higher due to his increased role last week.
No, he's still 20th because he's still sharing with Adrian Peterson, and it's not a great matchup.
How about some thoughts on the San Fran running back situation this week, especially with Coleman being activated, Jake?
Avoid it. After what just happened, do you really want to mess around with it? I'd still put.
Are you playing with a zipper or am I imagining something?
Am I playing with a zipper?
Sounds like something squeaking.
Oh, it's probably this bumping into this.
This is going to turn out to be the worst idea ever. All right, yeah, just keep doing that, Jake. Yeah, Jake, yeah.
I was trying to move it away. Tevin Coleman could be the lead. They could go back to McKinnon because he got his rest week. I really don't know why you would want to mess around with it if you can avoid it.
Jake, who benefits in New England? This is a question just from me. Who benefits in New England from Julian Edelman being out now? Inside Injuries is saying that the injury is actually more serious than they're letting on because he had surgery to remove a loose body in the offseason, and there are people saying this might be bone on bone. It's kind of weird. Like both Minshew and Edelman, kind of like maybe you could apply the same like, well, they've been playing with it, but I guess Edelman actually had a procedure, so that's probably worse. Anyway, whatever. N'Keal Harry is concussed. We've said Demir Bird's name more than probably any show in the entire world. What do you think, Jake? Who's stepping up here?
And actually, Jacoby Myers looked really good last week. So it's the fact that Cam Newton. Who cares? It's Cam Newton only makes usually one wide receiver relevant every single week, and it's not going to be a consistent option. Bird has big playability. Jacoby Myers looked better than Edelman out of the slot and doing that kind of work. I'm not trying to mess with any of them. This is similar to the 49ers backfield. Sure, one of them could do something, but why are you going to chase them? This is like a DFS. Don't mess with this in seasonal.
Well, how come no one likes Demir Bird? Is it just because Demir Bird's name isn't out there as much? No,
because he's not usable.
He gets targets, but someone's going to have to. Julian Edelman is giving up 10 targets a game, basically. All right, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to go poof.
All right, here. Tell me who they're going to, and then I'll answer. How about that? That's the problem. You can't tell me. You can't tell me where they're going.
Gunnar Olszewski.
Yeah, you can't even pronounce the other people's names.
I can't pronounce anybody. I can't even pronounce Darrell Henderson right.
I can't even see.
Let's get some more questions.
Looking out one eye or the other.
Should we cut this early, Jake? Is this bothering you?
No.
All right. Here's the weather update from David.
We're here to entertain, right?
Well, we're here to educate and to help people with their fantasy decisions before the lineups lock.
No, it's not. I just checked. It was 14-mile-an-hour winds.
I mean, maybe that's what it is now, but I guess Zeta's coming up through. I know it's supposed to hit Pennsylvania tomorrow, so.
Yeah, but not till tonight. I just checked. That was on the app.
Maybe you should double-check your injury source, Jake.
No, look.
Here's Brandon telling you what the nut goodie is. It's real milk chocolate nut clusters.
Look, for everybody that can see, I'm on the app. There you go. 12 mile an hour, 12 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour at 9 o'clock, 12 at 10, 14 at 11, 14 at 11. There's nothing.
I'm going to say very much so.
I don't mind the weather questions. I mind the weather questions for Sunday on Thursday. Look, the 15, 25, 35 matters. It does for Cleveland. Cleveland's a possible concern. Buffalo's a possible. I'm trying to put my phone down without dropping it on the floor. I mean, it's legitimate concerns if the wind does get up to 25, 35 miles an hour. Hey, Barkley. I mean, and it's getting low. I mean, Buffalo's the bigger concern there because it could be actually under 30 degrees and the wind, but it's Thursday. We've seen the weather go completely the opposite direction or change the morning. Hey, you'll love this, Nando. I had a freaking weatherman that follows me and said specifically, stop paying attention to weather on Wednesday and Thursday.
That's pretty funny. Who is he? Shout him out. Is it Kevin Roth?
I don't remember. I have to look, and I can barely read anything.
All right, let's move on to another question. Steve Weintraub wants to know Deontay, Ayuk, or Fulgham?
For what? For this week?
I assume.
Oh, I thought you were still talking. That was it?
I assume, period. I assume, over and out.
How do you not start Travis Fulgham at this point, especially against the Cowboys?
Maybe Dallas Goedert getting back in the mix.
I don't give a damn.
Scare some people off.
Travis Fulgham, until further notice. If he disappoints, I'm sorry, but you don't bench him until he does. Similar to Claypool. Look, the Claypool thing with all three of them out there, yeah, it's frustrating, but you still have to ride it until it doesn't happen.
Let's go with SJ. I made a trade yesterday. Traded Jacobs for Clyde and DJ Moore. What do you think, Jake, in the PPR league?
I don't answer these questions. It's too late. You made the trade.
Okay, I'll answer it then because Jake's being difficult. You traded away Josh Jacobs. You got Clyde Edwards-Helaire and DJ Moore. I don't like it. But I'm a Le'Veon Bell guy.
See? But that's why. And you don't like it. Now they're just upset because you don't like it and they feel like an idiot. If you say you do like it, congratulations. Either way, it's already done. It's too late.
Here's a good question. BL30. Yeah, he knows it, man. I've developed a love affair with the Giants. That is true. How does Jake feel about guys like Slayton, Freeman, etc. going forward? And we really haven't heard a lot about Freeman's ankle this week, have we?
Because nobody cares because he's facing the Buccaneers.
You know what? It's like such a 1-in-5 Giants thing to do to win this game by like a touchdown and a half.
If you start Freeman, please do it against me in my leagues.
Well, I think Gallman was the hot pickup.
If you start Gallman, please do it against me in my leagues.
Steve says, oh, here's a good one, Jake. Cam Akers
droppable. Really good this week, too, by the way. I would want to start more than one.
Are the Giants going to be completely destroyed, or are they going to be throwing a lot because they'll be down a lot?
4 of their 5 offensive linemen are in quarantine. The other one, Will Hernandez, is their left guard, is the one that has the COVID. Daniel Jones stinks. The offensive line stinks. Tampa Bay stops every running back in history, including Josh Jacobs last week. The only person that's ever done anything against them is Chris Carson and Christian McCaffrey at the beginning of the year, who had a bad game running but scored 2 touchdowns. Like I said, start your running backs against Tampa Bay if you're facing me. Please do that.
How about Cam Akers droppable in all formats?
No, not 12, not large 12-team rosters or 14-team leagues or anything like that, because he's still worthy of stashing. I'm not dropping him because I'm pissed, but in a 10-team and shallower, I would imagine so.
Here's a little more weather for you, Jake. The game's Carolina, 30% precipitation, 13 mile per hour winds, 87% humidity. Thanks, Taz. That was pretty thorough.
Nothing to worry about.
Jake, let me ask you a question. We promised some sleepers on here.
Maybe you did.
Well, I wrote it in the description.
I promised to sweat my ass off, apparently.
All right, well, look, we're almost done.
No, I'm having fun. It's just, I didn't realize, it's a plastic mask. I didn't realize it was going to be as hot as the freaking sun.
Are you having fun, Jake?
Somebody said, please don't get you too excited.
All right, there's our first one. Jake, and now I lost my train of thought.
Haha, sleepers.
Yeah, but I forgot I had a really good sleeper question. And would you consider blank a sleeper? Oh, it's from earlier today. Would you consider Zach Pascal a sleeper this week? Have people just gotten off the Zach Pascal train?
No, I wouldn't, because Marcus Johnson's been the number one the past 2 weeks. It's just, it's going to be impossible to predict who's going to be the option, especially if Pittman's back. I'm trying to turn because I want to, inception you.
I don't know what that means.
Here.
Just get the back of the heads? Does that come with a hat, or is that your personal hat?
No, it comes with it. I was going to do this. I was going to...
Still don't know who it is. Still don't understand the reference. I think he's the guy who flew the plane on DuckTales.
Yes. Launchpad McQuack, you idiot.
Christiana has a question. Just made this trade the other day. Boston Scott and A.J. Green for Aaron Rodgers. Received Rodgers. That's not bad. I don't like trading for quarterbacks.
I don't like talking about trades that are done.
Give it a grade.
Nope.
Jake, would you rather start DJ Moore or Gio Gonzalez at 0.5 PPR?
Gio Gonzalez? Is he pitching?
Sorry, Gio Bernard. Gio Bernard. My bad. Yeah.
If there's no mixing, it's Gio. It's not even a question.
Is it? I mean, I know last week a lot of people were kind of down on Gio Bernard.
It's not a question.
All right. Parker or Chark, rest of the season.
I mean, flip a coin. You got potential terrible quarterback. You got a rookie quarterback. Parker's hurt right now too. He's playing through an injury. I still like Chark a lot. He's getting the volume, but who knows what happens when Glennon gets a quarterback.
Since when does Woody Woodpecker wear a tie? I remember him dressing less formally.
Screw you, Paulie.
PPR, Scott Miller or Sterling Shepard? Jake, we got a question here. Now's not the time for tomfoolery.
I'm trying to, what now? Sterling Shepard.
Over Scotty Miller?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, I remember the question I was going to ask you. Is Leonard Fournette, could we consider him a sleeper this week?
If you read my column.
All right, but let's say that some people haven't, and we want to tease them into subscribing to The Athletic, theathletic.com/cheat sheet.
Yeah, $1, and then you can go find out why I have him as a sleeper.
So he is a sleeper.
Yeah.
That's cool. We got some breaking news from Kevin. A.J. Brown is not practicing. I think he's kind of been doing that.
No, yeah, that's not breaking. Shut up, Kevin. That's not breaking. He's been doing this the past 3 weeks. Doesn't practice on Thursday.
Thank you for your help, Kevin. Here's a question from Ernest Diggs.
Kevin knows I like him. That's why I said it.
Does he? Here's a question from Ernest Diggs. Should I trade Todd Gurley for Fulgham?
I'm not trading running backs at this point of the season unless Todd Gurley's your 4th running back, so that probably means no. Well, I don't know why everybody wants to trade away running backs.
I don't know.
We're trying to start Boston Scott. We're trying to figure out who's going to be the Seahawk we start. We're trying to figure out what mess to deal with the 49ers, and people are trading away top 15 running backs. You're insane.
Here's a good question. Henderson or Gio?
Gio, it's not a question. I already told you that.
All right, I just want to bring that one up. Chris Huff, if Coleman plays, his thoughts on Malcolm Brown versus McKinnon? Eric has Dobbins. That is true. He's referring to Eric Moody, athletic writer. Eric Moody, under the radar. But Jake, we talked about this briefly on the podcast this morning. If the Rams are actually telling the truth, and if Sean McVay, his reasoning for Malcolm Brown having that entire game against the Giants was because, better blocker, fits the game flow, whatever, wouldn't you reason that Malcolm Brown will have a lot of carries against the Bears as they pass rush and he has to block?
Sure, it's possible, but it's also Sean McVay. Do you really trust Sean McVay more than you trust Shanahan? He was supposedly telling the truth when he said that Akers was going to get a bigger load and then got 1 snap.
Right. But I mean, if that was a true game plan, and it is objectively.
If. You said if it was true. I don't trust Sean McVay at all. So, yes, if it's true, but he also said that Akers was going to get a bigger workload was true.
Is Launchpad, are you doing a thing? Is Launchpad like Kurt on the show? I always thought he was fun and lovable and a pirate.
He
pilot.
is.
All right.
Pilot, and he's a doof. He's a goof.
Okay. Buzzer beater. Which tight end would you rather roster moving forward? Gesicki, Kook, or Ebron?
Kook?
Oh, you just said goof.
Between those, I hate Jared Cook, but I would take Jared Cook over those. There's a chance that Tua makes Gesicki better, but right now it's Jared Cook.
Is Ebron just kind of become super frustrating?
Ebron's what he's always been. He's touchdown or bust. This one great season was because he just scored 1 billion touchdowns.
All right. Thomas McGovern has a question. 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. Anderson, Fulgham, Higgins, Parker, Aguilar, Jackson. Who you got?
This isn't the Sunday morning show.
Come on, Jake. Be a guy.
I've been a guy.
It's a Halloween special.
Yeah. Check the link. Wait. I can't see. That's the problem. It's like I don't remember. You run.
Well, here's
through
what's
the
kind of
names.
funny. We don't know if this is T. Higgins or Rashard Higgins at this point. We've fallen into that time of the year.
That's true. But anyway, what are the names? That's the problem. Is I can't read the names.
All right. So Anderson, who I assume is Robbie Anderson, Fulgham,
So
Higgins.
you're starting those.
Could be any Higgins.
Even if it's T. Higgins, you're starting those.
Parker, Aguilar, and Justin Jackson.
Unless it's non-PPR, you start T. Higgins too.
All right. Nice. Jake, how valuable is Swift rest of season?
He's an RB2.
Rest of the way out?
Yeah.
All right. So what are we talking about? He's a question.
Yeah, but we already covered it.
Okay, fine. Sorry, Jake. Really? Just people are popping in now for the first time.
Let me
No.
fix my tie.
Just let us know.
I'm fixing my tie.
Here's a good question from BL34. Lamar Miller is getting called up soon with the way Montgomery's playing. Is he worth a stash?
No, have you seen the way that Lamar Miller's played?
Let me rephrase this. Would you rather have Lamar Miller or Des Bryant right now as your stash if you had room for a stash?
Oh my gosh, my neck hurts. What was the question? Lamar Miller and who?
Des Bryant.
I guess Lamar Miller because of running backs.
Oh, Jake. Someone thinks you're crabby.
I don't. You're doing what my mom does. I give you an answer and then you say "but if," and then I give you the answer and you say "but if."
I speak for the people.
Does that make you feel better?
Here you go. Did you
It's
prefer
Darkwing.
Flying for
Darkwing, not even a
Scrooge or
question.
Darkwing?
I would have got the Darkwing costume, especially if, but like I said, it was $300. Probably would have fit better.
No, Jake, this is good. Flex for us.
No,
There was a comment in here that I lost about
the
this is how you should dress for all your Zoom dates,
the Athletic.
and I can't find it.
Actually, it says the Letic. The Letic.
All right,
Go to theletic.com.
we're not helping many people here.
I'm waiting for you to put up
With
another
your
question that we've already
tomfoolery.
answered 5 times.
Hold on. Well, I mean, this is basically commentary about you being crappy now. Jake is ruthless.
I mean, that's true. Like I said, don't ask the same question 3 times.
Yeah. Here's a good question from GT Pin. Since the Cowboys' O-line is horrendous, is it worth it to stash Pollard? Let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott for a second, Jake.
No, it's worth it to stash Pollard, period. This is, so it's funny, Jake is being Jake, the person who said, it's funny that you're taking a victory lap on Chase Edmonds being the next man up. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. The point is any next man up who has a workhorse role needs to be on rosters. Tony Pollard, probably not going to do much more than Zeke will behind that offensive line. But if Zeke gets hurt, everybody's going to go for Tony Pollard on the roster, or the rosters everywhere. He's going to be a low-end RB2. So, yeah, he's worth stashing. There's not a lot of backfields that you like. Look at, again, I keep going back to San Francisco and Seattle. We're trying to figure out which of the 3. If you have one, if we knew it was going to be one, everybody would be all over them.
Jake, let me ask you a question about Cleveland. Something you said in there just made me think of the Browns situation. After Rashard Higgins, after Jarvis Landry, is there room for one of those Donovan Peoples-Jones, Karel Hodge options?
Kadarius
Hodge. What did I say? I'm losing it. I'm doing too much right now, Jake.
You're doing too much.
I'm holding the skeleton. I'm going through questions. Is there room for someone like that? I mean, it's weird. Like Cleveland didn't pass. All they did was ran. And then the last 2 weeks, they've been like 76 and 85 total rushing yards. It looks like you're pondering.
I'm pondering this question.
Yeah.
I think that if Hodge was healthy, I mean, you talked about it, Jackson, for our site.
What?
I can't figure it. For the site, they were talking about the fact that Hodge has more value because he.
Yeah, Zach Jackson. Zach Jackson said here's the guy who could jump in and help out. Because I mean, are we all being foolish just giving Rashard Higgins his number 2 job immediately?
No, he has the number 2 job, but Hodge could push him if he's healthy. But as of right now, Higgins has been out there more of the season and has been healthy, and he's been somebody they've tried to get involved before. I'm not getting super excited for any of them. It could just be a rotating situation of 1 week it's Higgins, 1 week it's Hodge, 1 week it's Peoples-Jones.
Jake, let me ask you this, and this is kind of related to how we started off with Gardner Minshew. If you're in a 2-quarterback, let's say Superflex league, just to make it interesting, and you have just go nuts waivers, you don't have to put any bids in. Would you run right now to pick up Mike Glennon? Because I mean, there's so many layers. Like we don't know if Minshew's really going to be out. I don't know, man.
2-quarterback league?
No, let's say Superflex. I want to change the Superflex.
Superflex? In a Superflex, I would consider playing a top 20 wide receiver before I played Mike Glennon.
But would you grab Mike Glennon anyway, just in case?
Oh, sure.
Here's a good question from Dale. Rashard Higgins or Kirk?
For this week?
Yeah.
I'm assuming?
Let's assume away.
Well, I would just roll with Higgins and just go for the upside there. But I was asking because Kirk is on a bye this week.
That's a good point. Let's say rest of the season. Maybe he's thinking of dropping Christian Kirk for Rashard Higgins.
It's a coin flip. I'll stick with Kirk. Kirk is, despite doing it on limited opportunities, he's been a lot more involved. He's been the Kirk that we wanted him to be.
It sounds so much like you're unzipping things over there. I know it's your mask.
I keep trying to move them. And somehow this arm keeps coming back closer to me.
All right, here's a quick question from Matthew Franks. Then we got to wrap it up, JG. Kelly Ruggs or Dobbins in a PPR flex?
This is a game that they should be passing more if they're facing the Steelers. They have a really good defense, so Dobbins has a lot of upside in this game if Ingram's out. Kelly's the safe play, but I would go for the upside of Dobbins unless you just want to guarantee points.
And I think I've made a record number of mistakes in this show. So hard pass, but this has been kind of fun. I actually have a Muppet that I can whip out at some point.
I don't want to see your Muppet.
It's duck noises. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it, man. Whatever you want to call it. Last one, Jake. You ready? That's legitimately annoying, though, for everyone. You're not just annoying me. Let's get our buddy Marco.
Oh my God.
Well, he's always hanging out on the Sunday show. Hey guys, would you agree that this week Mayfield has more upside and Jimmy G the safer floor? Or am I just reading the matchups wrong? Thanks, guys. Y'all delivered with the costumes as promised. By the way, everyone else, check us out on Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. We're here to help.
I think
we got
Jimmy Graham's got plenty of upside too. He's facing Seattle. I don't think Garoppolo's upside is any different than Mayfield's this week. And actually, as I mentioned before, if the Cleveland weather is 25 plus mile an hour winds, you're going to want to fade that passing game, especially for somebody like Baker Mayfield.
We got a cameo, Jake. One special cameo before we go do our things.
Okay.
Elsewhere.
Okay.
Joe Mother Effin Galena, the man.
My neck is killing
me. We miss you, Joe. We love you. Everyone who's still watching, check out Joe Galena. He is the man. Joe Galena is the effing man. Remember that. He's the man. All right, we got to go.
Effing man.
Here we go. Last one. Ernest Diggs. Ridley and Diggs are my wide receivers. That good for an 8-person league? Sure, man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
everybody's got a great roster in an 8-man league.
The man. Joe Galena. All right, we got to go. Thank you all for joining us. We hope this is helpful. Please enjoy your Halloweens. Come back on Sunday if you want, 11 a.m. Ask Jake all the questions you want, and then you might get even more superfluous answers from Brandon Funston, Derek Van Riper, Michael Beller, Ed Mallion. We're going to have Kat Terrell, the New Orleans Saints beat writer. She's going to come on and talk Saints. It's going to be a great show. We're going to have balloons, and people are going to be popping balloons. So get excited. For the great and wonderful Jiggy Ciely, dressed up as an obscure DuckTales reference.
It's not obscure, jerk.
I'm Nando Fino. We love you. We thank you. Go check out The Athletic. TheAthletic.com/cheat sheet gets you a big old discount. Happy Halloween, everybody!